Hey everybody, Jem Schofield here with the C47 and another episode of Gearbox. I'm up here in Cape Cod in Chatham for the sort of annual family reunion. Lots of kids running around, a lot of screaming, bumps, bruises, a lot of fun. There'll be ice cream, there'll be pies, there'll be lots of cooking, there'll be seafood. It should be good. But today is a very British day. Overcast, a little rain, a little windy. It almost feels like the seasons are changing, which is kind of sometimes what it's like up here towards the end of August. And yeah, that's the deal. So what I wanted to talk to you about today, and I may go over a couple of other things this week, is where you place your camera. So for a standard sort of stand-up interview or sort of an on-camera thing like this, we generally want to have the camera at sort of eye level, maybe slightly higher for the line of sight, because we don't want to see that double chin. We kind of want the person to be able to look right into that lens if they're looking right at it. And that's sort of true also when you're doing standard interviews, whether the person is sitting down or standing up. We sort of want our camera position to be at about that position. Now, the type of lens that you choose and things like that will have some sort of effect on the look of what you have. But that's sort of the agreed upon sort of, way to do things. It's when we start to think about the camera being used for different ideas, for different communications, that you can really start to play with camera position. And you can do it for interviews as well. I mean, if you want somebody to look like, they're more serious, or, they're sort of somebody who's overbearing, you can sort of have that camera look up at them a little bit so that they're looking down at the camera. If you, want to sort of look down on the world or make it seem like a character or you're looking down on it, you can obviously put the camera in a different position where you have the camera even more above, looking down at that subject, and it's going to communicate a completely different thing. And depending on what type of thing you're doing, whether it's documentary or it's narrative, it can also shape the audience's perception, another airplane, of the character or characters that are inside of your films. So what I'm probably going to do tomorrow and also the next day is show you guys a couple of those different angles. They're ones that you've seen a million times, and just talk about what the feeling is when you're seeing that, as opposed to just sort of this standard, what we think of as our agreed upon, sort of interview setup. That's it. I'm going to go see what's happening, cook some food, and I'll see you guys next time on Gearbox.